Hi everyone, we continue with the GRE Tunnel idea, and let's do a quick overview about our previous class. If you remember, we spoken about the GRE Tunnel benefit and why we need the GRE Tunnel, and as well we configure the GRE Tunnel between two sides. Consider this one side A, this one side B, and the configuration, it was using the physical interface as a source, which is the old way to configure the tunnel. And after that we configure the loopback as a tunnel source and as a destination as well. And there is another configuration as well. Need to also do one tutorials later on after this class probably. It is how to use the loopback interface as a source, but that loopback, it is already NAT or NATed through the firewall or through router or edge router, internet router or something like that. So what I mean, we will do another class as well with the GRE tunnel loopback source, and that guy loopback will be coming from NAT mechanism. Then we will see how the configuration look like. Today I need to show you a very interesting topic here with the GRE tunnel. The GRE tunnel between this point and this point, again this point A, this point B, and this is like a logical tunnel between A and B. And this guy here is considered the service provider. The question here, this service provider, he know what going on in this tunnel? This is the question. He know what happened in this tunnel. He don't know anything, and I will show you something to prove this idea and to see in front of you the ISP. He don't know, and even he don't care what going on in that tunnel, but just double check to understand. And of course this is help you to understand how the GRE tunnel works through the service provider or through the internet. So how to do that before to capturing and to debugging in this router, which is represent the ISP, internet service provider. And by the way, I use a OSPF route domain. In most case, in reality, they use it BGP or static route. It doesn't matter. It's just like to make the connectivity between A and B as a underlay. Anyway, so before to do the capturing or debugging in this guy, let me configure the EIGRP between using the GRE tunnel. So I will send EIGRP traffic through the tunnel, and I will try to exchange one network loopback as well through that tunnel. So let's do that. So I go to the first switch. Okay, ENA. So my tunnel is up, as you can see here, and I have another loopback which is 11, and the IP address 11.11.11. I will use that guy to advertisement this network to another side. So I will say config T router EIGRP 1.3 or any autonomous system you like. I put it 1.3, which is represent the router 1 or switch 1 connect to switch 3. Then I will say network 100.100.100.0. Of course we can put it now. This is like a wildcard with the new EIGRP. They call a wildcard. And 255. So this is the EIGRP, the GRE tunnel IP. Then I will advertisement the 11.11.11.11.0 as well. I will consider that one network. Okay. So now the EIGRP is ready here. Also, we can do, if you like, what they call it, note or summary. I think EIGRP is always like this comment, you know the story behind it. So I will go to another switch here, config T, and I will, okay, so ENA, config T, router EIGRP 1.3, then I would say 100.100.100.0 as well. and 255 should be the EIGRP up at that time. Perfect. The new adjacency, as you can see here. So I can advertisement another network here, network 33. I already created that loopback before for that, so I just 255. Sorry, we need another dot here. Okay, so let me just check. I have this loopback, show IP interface brief 33 or 33. I have it here in my switch. Yeah, that one, the loopback here. So show IP route EIGRP, enter. So I have to see here 1111, which is already here, as you can see here, through the tunnel 13, and the routing is work now through the tunnel. This is one of the benefit, or the big benefit for the tunnel, GRE tunnel, using in real environment, because you can now exchange the routing through the tunnel and even use the tunnel like a direct connected between those switches, switch 1 and switch 3. Now let me just quick check as well in the switch 1, did it is received the new updating for the, okay, here show IP route EIGRP, enter. Did you receive the 33? Cool, you can see here, let me ping here 33 and enter on another side, reply here as well, ping to 111111. Okay, I have a reply perfect through the GRE tunnel. Right now I will try to do the capture here, or I try to do the they call it debug here in this guy, which is represent the service provider, and see he can feeling or he can capture anything related to that tunnel. Let's do that. So I will go to the service provider here. I call it ISP. Think, yeah, ISP here. So it's easy to say debug IP packets, but that one is really make a lot of confuse, because you can see here they capturing everything here for you. They capturing everything here for you, which is confuse you. You don't know exactly where is the what we're looking for. So I try to do what I try to do the capture for this IP or for this network, for example. So how to stop it, you all, which is they call debugging all, as you can see. I will say config t access list. I will call it 10 permit and this IP, and I will say 0.0.255. So I have an access list here, so I'm focusing to this IP, for example, which is the traffic coming from this side. Okay, so I will say debug IP packets. Again, this is really, they give you huge traffic, so I just say please use the access list and focusing to this IP10. So as you can see, he will give me only anything related to 20.111. As you can see here, 20112, as you can see here, all the traffic related to that. So I can capture everything here. Let's focusing to the 100.100.100. Why? Because 100.100.100, if you remember, this is the traffic here. This is the traffic here for the tunnel GRE. So if there is nothing, the service provider, he cannot capturing anything. He don't have any ability to capture anything through this network. So how to do that? Again, you all, I will stop that one. Again, you all, which is debugging all. Then I say config t. I can say no access list 10. Then I will create, sorry, 10. So I create another access list, or a new one, access list, let's stack with the same number 10, permit 100.100.100.0, 00.255. Okay, hit enter. Then after that, debug IP packets, but please just focusing to the access list 10, which is represent this network 100, 100, 100. Then I say I hit enter here, so the debug is work. Let me check it out and let me do some, or let me generate some traffic here from this router, for example. Then I say ping again here to the EIGRP. You see the service provider, he don't feeling anything here. Service provider, he don't know what going on here, because I capturing through this access list, which is 100, 100, 100, but EIGRP service provider, he don't feeling anything. Even when I do ping, let's say I do ping to 100.100.100.1 another side, I have reply. You can see service provider, he don't capturing anything, even single packets. He don't have ability to capture the GRE tunnel, or the tunnel go through the EIGRP. Again, this is a big part from virtual network. Now I have a virtual network here. Okay, now I have a virtual network here, or private virtual network through the tunnel, and I advertisement EIGRP or exchange EIGRP between them. Service provider is outside the game. This is very important. You can check that one through that lab, and I believe this is quite difficult if you check in real environment, because as you know, a service provider, he's not allow you to do any capture in their side. So but with the lab, you can understand what going on, or how the GRE tunnel work through another or third party. And furthermore, if you need more, like more secure, or if you want to use that tunnel, if you need to use that tunnel for advertisement your network through the internet service provider, okay, is much more better to do IPsec in order to protect this network. Maybe someone capture here, or maybe someone capture here. If anyone capture in those leaks, of course they can see your traffic through the tunnel, because again, the tunnel there is no any security mechanism with the tunnel. That's why we use the IPsec in order to protect this network. And how about the service provider itself? Service provider is a pretend as a bridge, as a underlay network, infrastructure network for the tunnel, and he don't see anything. Just now we check it out through the access list, through the capture, through the debugging. Inside that guy, nothing appear related to our network or related to the tunnel 1300 100. All right, we work from there, and next class we will discuss about the MSS and MTU, maximum segment size, and MTU, maximum transmission unit for the GRE tunnel. And we will as well talking about why we need to play with the MTU and MSS in the GRE tunnel.